Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kelly. Today we got to jump on a project that no homeowner really likes. We've got to sharpen and change the lawnmower blades. As you can see, my grass, I mowed it a few days ago and it's kind of giving it this, getting some little sprouts sticking up after I run the mower over them. So I'm thinking my blades are dull. This is a spare set that I have. I have two sets, one on the mower and then I call it a swing set. So you would take one off and put another one on. That way, when you have the other ones off, you can get those sharpened and be ready to put back on. That saves you a little time. That way, you don't have to jack the mower up, take the blades off, go sharpen them, bring them back. You can just lay your blades down, jack it up, take them off, put them on, all right there at one time. And sometimes if you're in a big hurry to change blades, if you're really overly zealous about your yard being perfect, sometimes you want to change blades pretty regularly. I change blades when I have to. So what we're dealing with is, you may remember one of my older videos, my 60-inch bad boy mower that I put the spray rig on front. That's what we're working with. It's got 3 blades on it. And we're going to get into sharpen these, and then I'm going to take you under the mower with me and see about swapping these things out. So I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get busy sharpening these things. Ow! Okay, here we are in my shed. It's pretty cluttered, overlook the mess. But here we are at the shed. And what I've done, I went to Harbor Freight and bought one of these little cheap 1-inch by 30-inch combination belt sanders. It does have a 5-inch end pad on it too, but I don't use it for that. I use it for the belt sander. And I think I've got about a 36 grit belt on this thing. It's not the belt that came with it, it's a different one. The ones that come with them aren't too good, so I went and bought a little bit better belt, put on a cheap grinder. It makes it a pretty good tool. Kind of like shooting really good ammunition out of a cheap gun, I guess, however you want to put that together. So, of course, we've got to have your PPE, your eye protection, and let's get to work, see if we can get this first one sharpened up a little bit. Plugged in, PPE on. Should I have gloves on? I should. Don't have any clothes, so we're going to wing it. Alright guys, this is what we got. This is what I like my final product to look like. This is how we started. Can you see it really? It's pretty chipped up there, messed up on the edges. I don't move a lot of sticks when I mow. And this is kind of what I like to get it down to. I don't do a lot of grinding. I don't take a lot of material off. But I do give it a pretty good run there. And I try to have it down to a nice, neat, even blade there. When you lay it on there and you pull it across, you got to make sure your angle is the same all the way across there. If not, your blade's going to give it this, and of course at that point it's probably going to be out of balance. You want to make sure you balance your blades. I've never really had a blade balance issue. I always just kind of run them across the belt sander a few times somewhat evenly, and that's usually pretty good. Now the other thing that I make sure to do is the mounting hole that goes up onto the spindle. This one has kind of got a flat spot on each side. I usually try to run the belt sander across that to get rid of any of the grass. That way when it sets on there, you can't always guarantee that the spindle of the hub is going to set the same place on the blade every time. So I always try to make sure that I knock some of the old grass and mess off there. That way I know that it's going to set up on there square and not like this and it's trying to cut like this, because you have mess on this. Of course, do the other side where the bolt goes to. So I'm going to get the other side of this blade and I'm going to clean up around the bolt hole. I don't know how noisy that is on the camera. I apologize if it don't sound good. But there, I just kind of cleaned that up a little on both sides. Again, that way I know that my mounting surface, when I put it up on the spindle, it's good and flat. It's going to set up on there and rest squarely on the spindle. And then when the bolt goes through, it's going to tighten up good and not against a bunch of old grass and dirt and mess. So, all right, let's get those other two done. And just like that, through the magic of TV, all 3 of them are sharp now. So now the hard part comes, which is getting under the mower and getting them knocked off and the new ones put back on. So let's get right on that. It's getting dark on me, need to be moving quick. All right guys, got those blades sharpened. Now let's head out here, let's get the mower and get it around there onto the driveway so we can get it jacked up. I like to do that in the driveway because the grass falls, we don't make a mess in the garage. And let's get these blades swapped out. Okay, haven't had much time to do maintenance on the machine. As you see, it's pretty dirty. It's got a lot of grass on it. But this mower is a 2015, and it's only got 180 hours on it, I think. So, and I've been the only one to ever use it. So it's done me a really good job. So, good job, bad boy. And like all things I do, I've developed a problem here. Let me show it to you. I have installed a front hitch receiver on the front of my mower to mount the spray rig that you guys seen. So what I have had is a apparatus that goes under this bar right here and it jacks it up. So now I'm not sure how I'm going to jack it up safely. Before it was very safe to do that, but now I'm not real sure how. Neighbors blowing horn. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing it. Okay, what we've done there is I've taken a regular ball mount, like on the back of a pickup truck, slid it into the receiver. It's, I think, a 6-inch drop, and looks like that's going to be just about right. Let's jack this thing up, see if it's even going to look relatively safe. Don't try this at home, although I am. Let's put a jack stand under that deck for safety. Raise the deck up. See if we can get our impact on it. All right, I got this thing jacked up. Is it perfect? No. Is it safe? Safe enough. I do have a jack stand under the deck, and I won't put my whole body under there. I'll be able to get back and get out of the way. I want to use this impact, Milwaukee Fuel, M18, big old battery, snap on, what size is that? 15/16 socket. So, get my big butt on the ground. Let's see if we can get this thing to do something. Okay. Oh yeah, those blades are shot, man. Nope, you're not gonna have enough room. Of course I'm not going to have enough room. Okay, 3/8 Milwaukee did it. 1/2 inch was too long. Good and clean. In the past, I have put a little anti-seize on that. Again, got our blades nice and clean on both sides. Make sure to put the right side up. Always start it by hand. Never put the bolt in your impact, stick it up there and pull the trigger, because you will cross thread it. You may be good, but you're not that good. Run it back up. Man, that's loud, but it's working. All right, let's see if we can get these other ones changed. Again, it's a pretty dull blade. String or something wrapped around my thing there. Let's get that off. I don't know what that crap is. Alright. Let's go back up with it. A little hard to get to. Again, I'm not going to put my body all the way up under there. Start it by hand. Sorry, GoPro. And then the last one. Everything else looks pretty good up under here. Okay. We're looking pretty good, guys. I do have a pretty good amount of grass buildup up under here. I'm not going to try to scrape all that out today. Again, my head is not up under this thing. Build up of grass, I'm not going to try to scrape all that out today. There's some under here, but it's not a lot. So I'm just going to let that be for now. I don't think that's going to be an issue. If there is too much grass buildup, it'll affect the way that it mows because it won't allow the vacuum and the suction to pull the grass up so the blade can cut it easily. And also it'll affect your the discharge, how it shoots the grass out the other side. It could cause the grass to wad up underneath it. So just a few tips there. Again, I swapped from a half-inch drive, big half-inch drive, to this smaller 3/8 drive Milwaukee, but I used the same half-inch socket with an adapter. Man, it knocked it right off. Of course, it does have a 5.0 battery. That makes it hit pretty hard. So Milwaukee for the win again. So thank you, Milwaukee, for putting out a good product, and Snap-on for putting out good sockets, because you can hear by the gun how tight these things are. If you don't have an impact, you need a good socket, a good 6-point socket. You're going to need a really good ratchet and probably a breaker bar and some way to hold these blades still. Before I come into the impacts, I used to have I had a piece of pipe that was just right. I could slide it in on each position, slide it over the blade, and then put my breaker bar, ratchet, whatever I had on there, and pop them loose that way. And that'll work. But luckily I was able to come across the impacts. So that saved me a lot of work, a lot of sweat. So, but that's the breakdown. Swapping blades on a bad boy is pretty easy. So we got that done. Let's get out and we'll talk a little bit more about a couple other things. Always let them down kind of slow if you choose to jack them up and service your mower like this. Man, that's the loudest thing in the world, is a floor jack going across the floor. And this thing just slides right out. Just that simple. Now what we were going to talk about was the bad boy mower. The spindle just goes on there and the bolt actually pulls it up tight and it doesn't spin on it. Where some mowers, instead of a round hole, you may have, it would look like a splined hole, have different serrations and splines in it, or a design, offset, star pattern, whatever you want to call it. And if it does, you got to really make sure that you put those things on there correctly. If not, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems at that point. I remember my dad had a Craftsman mower, an old rider style Craftsman mower, had 3 blades on it one time, and it was like a 6-sided star pattern. And he just put the blade up there, put the bolt in it, and rammed it home tight. And when he cranked the mower up, bless his heart, he's up in the big house now. But when he cranked that mower up and engaged the deck, that thing just, and you know, Dad's out there, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? And we took it apart. And when he put it on there, he tightened that bolt up. He thought they was loose, so he tightened the bolts up some more. He didn't think to look at that 6-sided spline. Of course, I know I have 5 fingers here, but it was a 6-sided spline. He didn't line that up. And man, those blades were on there just giving it the wampage jaw. And I come over and we had to do a little filing. I think get another set of blades, maybe change one of the spindles out. So he had a mess there, but we got that worked out for Daddy. So got him happy, and Daddy's happy, everybody's happy. So that's the quick way to change, that's my way to change my blades on my bad boy lawnmower. See the sweat coming down my head? That's what happens when you're old and fat like I am. No offense. But anyway, thank you guys for coming back to the channel again for one of my quick little short videos. If you have any questions, ask me some questions. I don't mind at all. I like it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Guys, I need subscribers. I need this stuff to start paying. I'm tired of working hard. Let's get some subscribers on here. so maybe we can generate a little money from YouTube. So I'd like to help you guys maybe learn some things, do some things you don't know how to do, talk you, walk you through some things, take you on vacation with me, show you how I work out, show you how we do a lot of things. So also, important note, don't know if I mentioned it before, but the socket size on my bad boy mower is 15/16. So 15/16, 6-point impact grade socket, and it is a snap-on, so it should be pretty good shape from the go, right? So, but anyway, thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The biggest critic had to go inside, so he went out here to help me. But again, thank you. Y'all have a good day. Be on the lookout for my next video. Like and subscribe. Yo!